One would think, yeah, you might believe this thing's running good, but it ain't. It's not. Sure, you can step on the gas and it makes a lot of loud noises. Yeah. The distributor is seized in place. You can't time the thing. No, sir. I didn't know this when I first bought it. I'm not upset. Granted, there are problems with the vehicle, older vehicle when you first buy it. But these are the things that you gotta dig into to find out the problems. It was at this point that I did a tried and true method of fixing problems. I threw parts at it. I ordered parts from Amazon, O'Reilly's, and I just started throwing it at the problem, throwing it at the engine until something got fixed, something changed. And now a word from our sponsors. That's right, these spark plug wires, brand JDM Speed, because this Mustang is JDM, I think. Nice and thick spark plug wires so that this electricity can roll straight to the spark plugs and cause an internal explosion to give me 300 horsepower or something like that. Link in the description. These Looms make just top it off when it comes to display in the engine compartment. But our job wasn't done, because frankly, the car still ran like crap. I'm basically making them my sponsor. This new distributor, I will put the link to the distributor that I use to supplement as my sponsor. Capped off with the new spark plug wires. Also check out the valve covers, because the old one was just cake, rusted, seized. It was bad. But I still had more work to do. Still had to install new, better stuff. And what stuff did I order? That is right, you guessed it, a new ignition coil. Thank you, MSD, for sponsoring this video, or for at least selling your stuff on Amazon so I can create a link and hijack sponsorship and make it look like you guys are sponsoring me. Unless you guys do want to sponsor me and send me free stuff for upgraded 289 Ford Mustang, please do so. Message me, please. Not quite sure what the problem with the ignition coil was. It was some kind of interference that was cutting out the engine to run on 7-6 cylinders. I don't know why the old one was crapped out. Maybe it's the heat that was baked into it from miles and miles of driving. It didn't help that the radiator was made by the Flintstones, so the heat just couldn't escape the whole engine bay, baking everything. So as I move forward, anything in there that has been exposed to this type of heat, well, that'll need to be addressed. Just some potential future upgrades, just taking some notes. That's right. I use YouTube videos for my notes to look back on whenever I need to remember something I was doing. So the engine's dressed up pretty good so far. Replaced the water pump, thermostat housing and thermostat. The timing chain cover is leaking on the top portion. It kind of sucks, but nothing catastrophic, and I can keep the engine running for a little while. At least until I get this thing running. Then I can tear this thing up. In the meantime, I think I want to install fuel injection. And you know, I don't know, man. Maybe a little bit of forced induction. I'm going to have to take this engine out at some point anyways. So why not add some forced induction down the line sometime, just to see if it produces a little more horsepower. Just got the 65 back with upgraded floor pans. Hopefully they outlive me. Also, huge update with this one. I don't know if it's a huge update or if it's me asking for your advice there in the crowd. So I have rears on this 255, and they look pretty good. A little bit of meat, but this car will never be able to produce enough horsepower that it'll outgrow this tire. This car, I don't know what to do. So I have to run 16-inch wheels because the caliper or the rotor is too big. 16 plus. And 15 is the big beefy size. I could get some. The widest I can go on 16s is 255. 255 millimeters wide. And there'll come a point where I believe that engine over there might produce enough horsepower to really break traction, lose control. I mean, god dang, at 400 plus horsepower, maybe even 450, I'm gonna need a minimum of 275, and in that case, I gotta do 17-inch wheels because they just don't make a 275 in 16-inch wheel. I need to do a whole series on this. I might also need your opinion. Cut the fenders, go 295s, 305s on 17s, or stay 16s and go 255, 16, so I can have a little bit of beef. Beefy meaning that. But yeah, it's a tough one. Also, I might do a series on Coyote versus 289/302 push rod versus overhead Ford. The pros and cons. There are goods. There are bads. To both, actually. There are simple. There are simple. There is simple. And then there's also the unknown. What's going to happen in the future? Will it actually produce horsepower? A lot of horsepower? So we'll find out.